Welcome to PreMath. In this video, we have got this big triangle ABC and this green triangle ADE put together, as you can see in this given diagram, such that this segment DE and this side length BC are parallel to each other. And moreover, these points D and E are on these lines AB and AC respectively. And furthermore, this segment AD is 2x minus 7. The segment BD is x minus 3. The segment AE is 2y plus 1. The segment EC is 4 times y. The segment DE is x plus 1. And finally, the side length BC is 2 times x. And now our task is to solve for x and y as well. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. And please keep in mind that this figure may not be 100% true to the scale. Let's go ahead and get started. And here's our very first step. Let's focus on this big triangle ABC and the smaller green triangle ADE. And now let's make an observation. We know that this segment DE and this side BC are parallel to each other. Then we can see that this angle is going to be congruent to this angle, since both of them are corresponding angles. If I call this angle alpha, then this angle has got to be alpha as well. And likewise, this angle and this angle, they are congruent as well, since they are corresponding angles. If I call this angle beta, then this angle has got to be beta as well. And finally, if I call this angle gamma, then this angle is going to be common for both of these triangles, this triangle ABC and the green triangle ADE as well. So therefore, we conclude that this green triangle ADE and this big triangle ABC are our similar triangles according to angle-angle similarity theorem. And since these two triangles are similar, so therefore we are going to have a proportion. So in other words, the ratio of the side length AD and the whole side AB is going to be equal to the ratio of the side length DE and side BC. And now let's make an observation. We know our AD side length is 2x minus 7. So the side length AB is going to be this whole side, which is going to be the sum of these two individual lengths, 2x minus 7 and x minus 3. If we add them, that is going to give us 3x minus 10. So this is going to be 3x minus 10. The segment DE is x plus 1. So I'm going to replace that one with x plus 1. And finally, this side BC is 2x. So I'm going to replace that one with 2x over here. As you can see in this next step, I have substituted all those side lengths over here. And now we are going to cross multiply. So therefore, we are going to get 4x squared minus 14x equals to, if we multiply the other way around, that is going to give us 3x squared plus 3x minus 10x minus 10. And now we are going to combine these like terms on the right hand side. That is going to give us negative 7x. And now I'm going to move all these terms to the left hand side. Now let's combine all these like terms. So that is going to give us x squared minus 7x plus 10 is going to be equal to 0. So thus we are ended up with this quadratic equation x squared minus 7x plus 10 equal to 0, and we are going to solve it by grouping and factoring. You may use the quadratic formula to solve this given quadratic question as well. And now let's focus on this constant 10. If we factor this one as 2 times 5, and if we add these two factors 2 and 5, that is going to give us indeed 7 in the middle. So therefore we are going to tweak this middle term. Negative 7x could be written as negative 2x minus 5x. As you can see in this next step, I have replaced this middle term by this one. And now we can see between first two terms x is in common, and between last two terms negative 5 is in common. So therefore we are going to factor out x over here. So we got x minus 2. Here we're going to factor out negative 5. That is going to give us x minus 2 equal to 0. And now we can see x minus 2 and x minus 2, they are in common. So therefore we are going to have x minus 5 times x minus 2 equal to 0. And now we are going to separate these two factors. So I can write x minus 5 equal to 0, and the other factor x minus 2 equal to 0 as well. For this first equation, x turns out to be equal to 5. For this second equation, x turns out to be equal to positive 2. And now let's make an observation. We can see x equals to 2 is not feasible if we plug it in over here in this side length. So that is going to give us 2 minus 3 is going to be equal to negative 1. And we know side length cannot be a negative number. So therefore we are going to reject this x equal to 2 value, and we are going to accept x equal to positive 5 value. So thus our x value turns out to be 5. And if we substitute this x equal to 5 value over here, then our this segment AD length is going to be 3. Our BD length is going to be 2. Segment DE is going to be 6. And finally this side BC is going to be 10 units. And our next task is to find the value of y as well. And now let's recall the Thales theorem, the basic proportionality theorem. As you can see in this given diagram, we have two triangles, triangle ADE and this big triangle ABC, such that this segment DE is parallel to this side BC. Then we are going to have a ratio of these two segments, AD and BD is going to be equal to the ratio of these two segments, AE and EC. And now we can see our AD length is 3. I'm going to replace that one with 3. Our this BD length, this one, I'm going to replace that one with 2. Our AE segment length is 3y plus 1. So I'm going to write down 3y plus 1 over here. And finally, our this EC segment length is 4y. So I'm going to replace that one with 4y over here. As you can see in this next step after the substitution. And now we are going to do the cross multiplication. So therefore we are going to have 12 times y equal to 6y plus 2. And now we are going to subtract 6y from both sides. 6y and this, they cancel each other out. So therefore on the left hand side we got 6 times y equals to 2. Let's divide both sides by 6 to isolate y. 6 and 6 is gone. So therefore our y value turns out to be 1 divided by 3. So thus our y value turns out to be 1/3. And now we are going to substitute this 1/3 value over here. And as a result, our this segment AE turns out to be 2 units. And our segment EC is 4 divided by 3 units. So thus our x value turns out to be 5 and y value is 1 divided by 3. And that is our final answer. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.